Hello students, in today's lecture we will discuss about gravitation. So, gravitation. With this word, name of a scientist is always came on our mind, and he is Newton. All are we know the story of apple and a scientist. What happened? Apples from a tree. From that the scientist discovered a law, and this law came on us as Newton's gravitational law. Okay, Newton's gravitational law, and this is the our first topic. Okay, so let's see what is Newton's gravitational law. If we place two mass particles separated by a distance r, mass of first particle is m1 and the second particle is m2. Newton saw that mass of first particle is m1 and mass of second particle is m2. Newton saw that if we increase the value of mass of the first particle by 2 times and second particle by 2 times also, then what will happen? The attraction force between these two particles becomes 4 times. Okay. In second case, what he have done? He fixed these two particles. He fixed the mass of these two particles, but he increased the distance of these two particles by 2 times. See, in general thinking, we can conclude that if we increase the distance of two particles, then the value of attraction force will decrease. Here also same thing will happen. So if we increase the distance of these two particles by 2 times, then what will happen? The value of force between these two particles will becomes 1 by 4. By this 2, he concluded that the value of mass, the value of force is directly proportional to the product of mass of these two particles. Why? Because this is 2, this is 2, 2 into 2 becomes 4. Clear? And the value of force is inversely proportional to the square of distance between these two particles. Why? Because r is increases by 2 and this becomes 1 by 4. How? If we square this, then it becomes 1 by 4. That is why we can conclude that f is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So from these two equation, f equals to m1 m2 and f proportional to m1 m2 and f proportional to 1 by r square, we can get f proportional to m1 m2 by r square. Clear? So there will be a constant, that is g, m1 m2 by r square. What is g? G is universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational constant. What is the value of g? G equals to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. And unit, what is the unit? If we subject g from this equation, then what will happen? F r square by m1 m2. F r square by m1 m2. What is the unit of f? Unit of f is Newton. Unit of r is meter. That will meter square. And this is kg. This is kg. That is kg square. Therefore, the unit will be Newton meter square by kg square. This is in SI. Okay. Now in CGS, it becomes 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 8. Newtons become 9 centimeter square gram square. Clear? What is the dimension? Dimensional formula. See, from this equation we can find out the value of dimension. We know dimension of F is mLt minus 2. Dimension of R is L. It will become L square. Okay. And mass into mass mean mass square, that is equals to m square. Now here is m square. It becomes m to the power minus 1 L into L square, that will be L cube t to the power minus 2. So this is the dimension of gravitational universal gravitational constant. Clear up to this? Now we will see the relation between small g and capital G. What is a small g? Small g is acceleration due to gravity and capital G is universal gravitational constant. So now see, this is earth. Assume as this is earth, and this is radius of earth, capital R. Mass of earth is capital M. Okay. At some height from the earth's surface, let the gravitation, acceleration due to gravitation is g dash, and there is a mass m, the small m. Okay, and we know acceleration due to gravity at earth's surface is g. Clear? From Newton's second law, we know force equals to what? Mass into acceleration. Mass into acceleration. Therefore, mass of the particle is m and acceleration is g dash. Therefore, F equals to mg dash. This is equation 1. And from Newton's gravitational law, again we can write F equals to capital G, capital M. Capital M is the mass of earth and small m is the mass of the particle. So, G capital M small m divided by, let this total distance is a small r. See one thing, distance is always measured from the center. Okay. As in this law, we always took mass particle. Okay, that is why we will measure the distance from center of mass, CG. Okay, so it is r, therefore it will be gmm by r square. This is equation number 2. Now from equation 1 and 2, we can write mg dash equals to gmm by r square. That is equals to g dash equals to gm by r square. Now, if this mass particle is on the earth's surface, then what will happen? If the mass particle is over here, then what will be the distance? Distance is simply the radius of earth, this much. This is r, capital R. Therefore, small r becomes capital R. Clear? And g dash becomes g, as acceleration due to gravity on r surface is g. Therefore, g dash becomes g. Now, we can write this equation as g equals to gm by r square. This is the relation between acceleration due to gravity and gravitational, universal gravitational constant. Now, from this relation, g equals to, we know g equals to gm by r square. So we know g is a constant, and m is also a constant. Okay, so we can write g is proportional to 1 by r square. From this equation we can find out the percentage change of gravitation. Sometimes it will ask that percentage change of radius of earth is something, and we need to find out the percentage change of gravity, acceleration due to gravity. So now from this equation we can write delta g by g equals to minus 2 into delta r by r. simply derive this and derive from this, and we will get delta G by G equals to minus 2 delta R by R. Okay, but remember, this formula is applicable only for up to 5% change. Okay, now see, if change in radius is 1%, radius is decreased. Okay, radius is decreased by 1%, then we have to find out the percentage change of acceleration due to gravity. Simply we apply this formula, delta G by G equals to minus 2. What will be the value of delta R by R? Delta R by R becomes 1%. As this is decreased, that is why we will put minus sign over here. Therefore minus will becomes plus, that is equals to 2%. That means acceleration due to gravity will increase by 2%. Acceleration due to gravity will increase by 2%. Clear? Now we will see how acceleration due to gravity will change by some factors. Well, variation of acceleration due to gravity. First case, variation due to altitude. Okay, see, this is Earth. Okay, radius of Earth is capital R and mass is small m. Now at some height, let the height of this point from the Earth's surface is a small h. Okay, and at that point acceleration due to gravity is g dash, and we know acceleration due to gravity at Earth's surface is g. Therefore at Earth's surface g equals to gm by r square. Clear? At h height, g dash equals to gm by r plus h whole square. This is equation number 2. Clear? From these two equations, we can write g dash by g equals to r plus h by r whole square. Okay, so g dash equals to g r plus h divided by r whole square. This is the formula. But remember, if the value of r is very greater than h, then the formula becomes g dash equals to g bracket 1 minus 2h by r. Clear? Now the graph between G and R will be like this. Okay, at this point the value of G dash equals to G, as this is the Earth's surface. Okay, and the relation between G is inversely proportional to distance square. That is why the graph will be like this. Okay, clear? Now variation of G due to depth. Okay, see, this is Earth. At Earth's surface, value of acceleration due to gravity is g, and now at x date we have to find out the value of acceleration due to gravity. Okay. So now we know g equals to, at that point the value of acceleration due to gravity is g dash. Okay. Clear? Now g equals to, we know 4 by 3 pi g r rho, and at x date 4 by 3 pi g r minus x into rho. Therefore g dash by g equals to r minus x by r, that is equals to 1 minus x by r. So g dash becomes g into 1 minus x by r. Clear? Okay.